Have you ever been driving, or for those who can't drive, walking, and it's a beautiful day, and you feel amazing? All of a sudden, this thick fog sweeps through the whole sky, and suddenly you can't see anything more than a little bit in front of you. To be able to navigate this road, you must solely rely on your memory. But this is a new road you've never been on. You don't know where to turn. Depression is like trying to navigate through the fog. But the fog is internal, and no one can see how thick it is. Everything seems slower. Simple tasks suddenly require so much more concentration and effort. We're left feeling weak for this fog that we can't seem to get rid of. My name is Olivia Campbell, and for me, my fog started to develop when I was 10 years old. Growing up, I was such a happy child from my memory and from what my parents have shared. Life was so amazing. I was always the kid who lit up the room, but at the age of 10, my light began to die. My anxiety and OCD started taking over my life slowly. At the beginning of grade 7, I started suffering from an eating disorder, and that's when mental health really started coming into my life. My mom noticed and we got referred to the Atlantic Wellness Center. I've now been going for over 3 years. I've been seeing Danielle this whole time. In the beginning, I was so closed off because I didn't want anyone to see me the way that I saw myself. As I started to get older, things started to get harder for me. I began seeing a psychiatrist, and while they're great, it's so hard to get seen. You wait 4 months for a 5-minute appointment, but with the Atlantic Wellness Center, it was never like that. I knew I could always count on Danielle. She was always there. We tried all sorts of medication, and nothing was helping. Depression came into my life with full force. I began to self-harm, distance myself from others, and not love the things that I had once loved. I was an athlete from a very young age. Basketball was my passion. It was my whole life. Soon my whole life became my mental illness, a thing I didn't even really know about until I started suffering. This illness even took away my desire to play a sport that I had once loved. I continued to see Danielle through all of this. Last August 2018, my fog became so dense. August 15th, 2018, for many here is just another date. For me, it was a day I almost lost my life. I attempted suicide and almost succeeded. It was such a scary moment to feel like you'd be better off dead. Your mind completely betrays you. It had really felt like my mind had given up on me. But this was the day that I realized that the Atlantic Wellness Center was far more than just a place to go get therapy. Danielle texted me and answered all my questions. She reassured me. She cared. She really did care. She texted me well into the night, and I couldn't be more thankful that I had the support from her and my parents. I started seeing Danielle weekly after that. I was still struggling. This illness had stolen my ability to get out of bed. It stole my friends. It even stole my want to keep up with my hygiene. I was so depressed. I didn't want to leave my bed. I was too exhausted to brush my teeth and to even shower. I was so tired because I was fighting a battle in my brain no one could see. I felt like no one understood. I was being called lazy when I knew that this was real. And even though I felt so alone, I knew I had Danielle. I knew I could always go with her, with anything I had that was on my mind. She gave me amazing coping strategies and a judge-free place that I could talk. April of last year, I was in a dark place again. I felt like the world kept going, but I was just stuck in this darkness. I couldn't get out of bed. I didn't see a future. I just didn't want to be here anymore. I knew I wasn't safe, and I asked for help. I got admitted to the psych ward and stayed there for 2 weeks. Danielle talked with the team of doctors following me in the hospital and came to the psych ward for meetings. While she was there, she came and sat with me in a little room and we talked. It meant so much to me. I was so closed off from the world, but at least I had her. And although those 2 weeks were so hard and scary, I'm just thankful that I asked for help. I believe the only reason I was able to ask for help is because the resources and coping strategies Danielle gave to me. Since I got out of the hospital, things haven't been smooth sailing. But through Danielle's help, I can proudly say I'm almost 5 months clean from self-harm. I'm the farthest in my recovery I've ever been. I'm finally opening up and being very honest. I'm using her coping strategies and bettering myself. I'm finally finding things that I find joy in. I'm no longer in the state of mind I was a few months ago, and that's because of Danielle. I am here, and I am alive. And for the first time in a very long time, I am happy to say so. I'm just so happy that I found Danielle in the Atlantic Wellness Center, because they're so much more than just therapy. They're my second family. They are the reason I am alive today. I believe so many adolescents are struggling, and they all deserve this amazing service. I'll forever be thankful for Danielle in my life. I am a survivor, and I'm grateful to be able to share my story. I'm recovering for the people that have lost their battle. My fog is finally starting to clear. Through everything, this darkness has not won yet, and I'm not going to let it. It's been many days of struggle, but I'm still on this battlefield, and I will keep fighting until I get my victory. Thank you.